something. Come on. Ah! Swing and a miss.
There's a lot of fun.
Don't throw it wide.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to the XBL match of the week here tonight on your Sunday. It is Luke Archer versus Lazy, a classic matchup for the ages. My name is Weaver for Prez. I'll be your play-by commentator once again, and I am joined once again by Dwayne. How are you doing? How are you doing tonight after the AAA match of the week?
Well, we had some good games in the AAA, Weaver. I'm great to be back in this one for the XBL. I mean, and this one is huge. It's number 1 versus number 2 in the power rankings. Number 1 versus number 2, I'm pretty sure, in the standings, if not close to it. It's Luke versus Lazy. The revenge match from last year's semifinals for Lazy. There's so much to be had in the big storylines for these XBL games.
Yeah, actually, the last 2 semifinals in seasons 12 and 13, respectively, were between these 2 players. Lazy getting the better of him by a pretty wide margin in season 12. And then last season, it was Luke who exploded to land himself in the World Series, which he would eventually lose. But they've traded their blows. They've played each other plenty of times. But those aforementioned series, Dwayne, those were on 93. The game is so different up on that level as opposed to this one at 90, isn't it?
Yeah, the regular season always seems to pose, a different animal for players, of this caliber, the way they go through games, shortened games, you know what I mean, with the mercy victories. And, they always pitch well. They always hit well. And the games are always won in pretty quick fashion. But we'll see how that plays with 2 players of that caliber going against each other on Match of the Week tonight. It's always almost lopsided at times when players of the caliber of yourself or Ashnod or Lazy go at it, and Luke at on 90. 93 it maybe kind of closes that gap, makes the ball games a little bit more like back and forth type ball games. These maybe end up more in the realm of slugfest. So I'm expecting hitting all over the place tonight.
Yeah, that would be the usual expectation for a matchup like this on an ego like this. But our third key, can Luke find his bat? It seems like something is just a little off with the kid this season. The slugging we're used to seeing, or at least the on-base ability, it's not completely gone, but it's not quite what we're used to. He's searching for it out there.
Yeah, he's had some interesting sweeps and interesting splits, among his opponents this season. Not what you would usually expect out of the Mallards. 5 losses early in this season. I think he's 11-5 or something like that. But he's gonna be up there in the top 4 probably regardless, especially if the bats do get hot down the road here. And this is a big test. Games against Lazy are always a big test for Luke. He's shown more than one occasion that he can beat him. So, this is the type of game that you think he'd be able to find his stride.
Season 14's match of the week, Clash of the Titans, is inbound, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get it all queued up. This is a pre-recorded session. There was scheduling issues. Luke was going to be unavailable tonight, so they graciously played last night and gave us the VOD. So we'll set it up real quick, and we'll be right back for Game 1 of Match of the Week. Sakura Hills, Lazy back to the basics here with his Black Jackals. Typically, this is his stadium. He did spend season 13 last season at Apple Field, so now back to his home where he's comfortable. He will be the host here in game one. If the ACI steps in and we're underway, strike one.
Yeah, the familiar Yosai Yish getting the nod for Lazy's club. His pitchers have been consistent for a long time now.
And you mentioned how much of a test this is for Luke here in season 14. Lazy at 10-0, undefeated. This is a test for him as well. Probably the toughest one he'll face.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the field's a little bit different this season. There was a few notable omissions, you know, in the form of Ashnod, in the form of yourself, Weaver, in the form of Mike the Cooch. So will be interesting to see, you know, these two facing off really as the big dogs of this league.
Starts off the night right there. Does USA Yeesh with a strikeout of Nymphy ACI. Angie Affleck, she's been immune to the perceived struggles of the Mallards, hitting .413 with 8 home runs. Right-handed hitter. 1-2 fastball. And if you're not the most familiar with these players, you will not see many chases out of the zone. Luke chases a fastball just in the zone there, swings through it.
Yeah, that is very true. These two players will not be swinging out of the zone. But one thing that's interesting to note is Luke will be, you know, usually does strike out a good amount. So for a player that does not swing out of the zone, you can get him in the zone depending on the type of sequencing, you know, if you're pitching well. So it's going to be up to Lazy to kind of find his own groove on the hill, find his mojo in order to get those strikeouts. So far, not so good with that 2-out hit.
Yeah, out to Larry Lanky off the bat of Platarinkos, mainstay on this franchise. Luke back to the Mallards, his trusty Mallards this season after going with the Wisconsin forward all the way to Game 6 of the Season 13 World Series. Now back in the green. Hammered by Peckin into the gap. This should score Platarinkos. The Mallards lead early in Game 1 as he comes around third and makes it home.
Yeah, and prepare yourself for gappers. I mean, these two players, they're known for their hitting abilities, but they're not the two, you know, biggest power hitters in the game. You know, that's reserved mostly for Ashnod. These two really just rip gaps all day. Hits, then a couple walks. Those walks that kill you. Then there's a gapper, and then there's another 2-run score. The way these two pile it up on you, it's insane to watch. So that's something for anybody witnessing tonight to pay attention to.
25th pitch is a fastball, low and away. Gadwall, she hammers it. This will give the Mallards another run. In comes Peckin. Gadwall, the catcher, in at second, sliding with an RBI double.
Yeah, there it is again. What did I just say? Gappers. Too early runs for Luke. Not
to be confused with the grapplers. Controversial subject in SMB.
Oh, the grapplers.
There's Katarina Krombakind, getting a starting role this season on this franchise.
I don't have 2 legendary pennants if there's no grapplers. So, you know, I'm on one side of the fence. Some other people might be on the other. You know what I mean?
The ultimate debate in pennant race topics. Here's the full count to Krombakind. She swings and misses. Great placement there from Lazy. And that'll end the first. But 2 big runs come across early for the Mallards. Good start for them. And Kaki Campbell looking to keep the momentum going, but 1 pitch, 1 home run for Lazy. Wasting no time getting on the board.
Whoa, okay, Lazy. Yeah, just absolutely charging into it there. That's just a huge opposite field homer to start off a game. First pitch, wow.
That was Jacko Yakko. Here's Silent Slay to right field. Diving, making the catch is Affleck. Already, Dwayne, we're seeing the fireworks on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, these two can hit. Lazy not wasting any time jumping into the race.
So Luke gonna look to get his control under control, if you will, his accuracy under control. Has himself a 3-1 count here. Kaki Campbell to Dark Nevermore. Contact versus lefties is the trait, but it's a walk.
That's the thing about you know, pitching to a player like Lazy. It's you have to be so on point with your accuracy, because the minute things start to fall apart just that little bit for you, it's when you know, the rally piles up and things get out of reach for you. So Luke so far getting hit hard, but 2 big outs in this inning. Gonna
get a third here. All 3 on the air. caught by Nymphiaceae, but Jacko Yakko with the shot on the first pitch of the inning, cutting the lead in half. Mallard's back out there.
I have a feeling the slugfest that was promised is going to be, in the cards here. So it's all about, how these two find their edges around the plate. So far, you can see, at least from Lazy's perspective, he really wants to keep the ball away.
And Luke flexing that eye. I mean, these fastballs, they're just not missing by much. That one placed perfectly. Luke a bit late on it. Maybe some indecision because of how borderline it was. But it's a strikeout for Lazy. Here's Teddy Turducken. To the left side, into the glove of DD. Has a good arm. Just gets him. Wow.
That might be one of the closest plays I think I've ever seen coming from short to first base. I mean, that player's foot was literally about to touch the bag, I think, before that ball got there. What a play.
Yeah, not the most blazing speed down there in the 8-hole from Turducken. Here's Kaki Campbell, who has seen 3 pitches, looking to waste as many as he can. 1 2/3 down, and the velocity starting to tick down for Yosei Yish, but she's going to find herself the 3rd out regardless here. Get the offense back out there. Very lanky, not the most hard hit, but gets the job done. It's a leadoff single.
I think I mentioned this, yesterday or the day before in Mama Junjun's stream or something like that. Lazy doesn't always just get, the crushing homer, the soul-crushing gapper. He gets every single little single that he needs as well, and every hit through the hole. That his game is so complete, and his back control and his eye are so complete that he's able to just really get everything he needs when he needs it, and that's the most impressive and infuriating thing about playing him.
And speaking of showing his base running skills there, taking the steal, swiping second. Now 2 quick strikes on DD, who made that great play at shortstop. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Big out for Luke. Brings up Yeesh. Great speed on the bases. Kaki Campbell delivers, and it's through the left side. Yosei Yeesh will move everybody up right as you're talking about it, Dwayne. That's exactly what you meant.
That's the emotionally crushing. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what hurts.
Jacko Yakko led off this game with a solo shot. Now he's got a bases clearing triple. It's 4-2 Tokyo.
That is Lazy baseball in a nutshell. Just a 3-run gapper, and then another one just to top it off to add that extra run in there. Another extra base hit.
Just over the head of the second baseman, and a very close play at second. Good job by Luke to make it close, but it goes as an RBI double, and Kaki Campbell has to find something quickly.
It's a great pitch there to get a quick 0-2 count.
Waving very early on the changeup. That's one thing you will see from time to time from Lazy, that eagerness on the changeup sometimes. Strike 1. I think this is a new player, Dwayne, at least one I don't remember. Lenny Ekholm, perhaps. The inning will end, however. 4 runs come across for the Tokyo Black Jackals. Top of the order now for the Mallards.
Always a few, rookies and new appearances sprinkled in for Lazy throughout his tenure in his team. There's always the reappearing players like King Flip or Yosei Yish and Fast Bow, but there's usually a few new position players throughout. And different combinations of old names like Wacky Wanda and Larry Lanky and things like that. They've been spiced up throughout time.
Perhaps we'll see the likes of Pack-a-Punch and iTiger later on. For now, it's Nymphiaceae, who drew herself a leadoff walk, has the stealer trait, going to use it to its fullest extent there. Runner in scoring position granted. Now there are 2 strikes on Angie Affleck.
Tough outs engaged, so Luke can really reach for anything here if he's got the bat speed to get to it.
I'm not sure how you take a pitch like that. Luke does anyway, and then swings through a fastball at 98, low and in.
That just goes to show how hard the fastball can be to hit. One of the best hitters in the game, still unable to get one middle in with tough out engaged.
Platarinkos gives it a ride on the ground, but no problem over there at first. Nymphiaceae now 90 feet away. Camille Pekin has an RBI already in this game, looking for another one to chip away at this 3-run deficit.
I'm thinking about
Just
stealing
catching
home
his own.
here.
Luke now with 2 strikes, perhaps out of the question. Instead, he goes down and pokes it, gets himself a run back.
Yeah, Pekin again clutch. She always seems to be when with runners on base. That's a hitter that Luke's very familiar with. It's that stance, that build out of power as well that seems to have really good performance for him.
Now a couple of 2-out singles here as Gadwall reaches base again. Pekin and Gadwall all over this game early for the Mallards. And Kromba keened on the ground to Slay, who makes the play. So 1 run scores for the Mallards. 5-3 is your score.
Yeah, he's got to continue to chip away.
This one given a ride dead center, but it's a cavernous outfield. No more room to back up for Nymphiaceae, and she collects it. For the time being, Kaki Campbell exhales and delivers 2 balls to Larry Lanky. He's got 2 home runs on the season. And a hitter's count for Larry Lanky and Lazy. He hammers it up the middle, and he's got himself a base hit.
There's good reactions. Lazy always able to get that hit up the middle when he needs it, especially in the 2-strike count.
Strike 1 to tumble forward. Left fielder. 2 quick strikes on forward. Pickoff attempt, Lazy not going. Now he's going. Luke held the ball. May have a play through to second, and the throwback to first not in time. So Lazy's base runner over there. He survives at least another pitch. Now Luke working quickly and can't find the zone. Runner not going on the full count, and it's a strikeout on 99 miles per hour.
And good placement, good speed. Even Lazy can't catch up to that one there.
So now DD, the shortstop. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Whiffer count is active. Lazy with that reduced reticle goes down and reaches it. Plops it into right field, and it's a scoreless frame for the Mallards pitching.
That's what Luke needs, you know, more scoreless frames. He gave up the big inning already to Lazy. Doesn't want to give up any more.
Ball 2. 2-1 to Maxine Quacks. Good hitter here in the 7-hole. But struggling thus far in season 14. Only 227 for a hitter in Luke's lineup to be hitting 227. That tells you the whole story there, Dwayne. Yeah,
that's a strange occurrence. And that average going to plummet a little bit further down now after the ground out.
Turducken marginally better at 261. He was robbed by DD at shortstop in his first at-bat. Left fielder, lefty-righty matchup favoring him. Waves on that changeup.
Yeesh already thrown her 72nd pitch upcoming here. That's pretty crazy through 3 1/3.
Yeah, Luke has done the better job at working the count, but still finds himself behind. Turducken looking to get this in front of forward. Nice play. And Kaki Campbell, tense through 3 innings of work, will take the at-bat and almost rewards his manager with a hit. But it is dropped by Yeesh. It'll be her mojo that goes down instead.
You saw the rage spin from Lazy there with the pitcher after the play. It's just such a relatable and classic move after you make an error like that. I mean, come on.
So that keeps the inning alive. Not much speed over there at first, but back to the top of the order. That curveball into left field in front of forward. The error followed by a single.
Isn't that always how it seems to happen? Now you got the big hitter up. Let's see what she can do.
That may be curtains for Yeesh. Lazy thinks not and delivers ball 1. Ball 2. Sticking with off speed, a curveball up and in lands in there. Good pitch. Angie Affleck. In a big moment here Almost no accuracy for Lazy to work with, and the bases will be loaded. This is all occurring with 2 down. Platarinkos has had so many signature moments for this franchise. Up now in a huge spot.
Oof.
Ties them up at 94.
You can see Lazy thinking.
He thinks, oh, what a take from Luke. You can see Lazy. He wants that inside corner. Doesn't quite get it. The at-bat continues. What a battle here. Luke does go after it. Softly hit out to Yakko. And Yosei Yeesh, she commits that error at first base, but cleans it up for herself.
Wow, to go out of that with no runs, that's pretty insane. I mean, that was all with 2 outs, right? So,
yes,
that was,
yeah.
oof.
And Lazy doing all of that with Yeesh, not taking her out because he wanted this pinch hit opportunity. So huge value there. Not going to quite pay off as Big Cheese will ground out to Quacks, 1 down.
Yeah, I think he just really wanted to get Big Cheese into the game with a name like that.
Absolutely. And it's my mistake. It's no longer Jacko Yakko. It's Jackal Yakko. And he has his 2nd home run of the game, his 3rd extra base hit of the game, and it's the bottom of the 4th.
That was absolutely clobbered. Wow, look at that. Woo! That had some arc on it. 6th home run of the season. Pretty typical Lazy shot. I mean, he just jumps on you when he hits them.
Keki Campbell had a brief moment there to pitch with neutral mojo again. Right back to tense he goes. 6-3 is your score in favor of the Black Jackals. Silent Slay with an even 2-2 count. Jammed him just enough. It's pulled to the left side and caught by Turducken. So now Dark Nevermore. Similar hit to the previous batter, this time to right field where Affleck waits. The solo shot from Jackal Yakko, say that 10 times fast, puts the Jackals up by 3.
Here is Pack-a-Punch coming out of the pen, the familiar lefty. Good heat to start it off.
Has struggled this season, an 11.25 ERA in what I can only assume is limited action. And a leadoff single for Luke.
Yeah, bullpens get very limited action when you can shorten games up like Lazy usually does.
Low changeup to Gadwall. She does not miss that. Does it clear the fence? You betcha. It's a 1-run game.
Wow, Luke right back into it. Holy crap. He really can just put a charge on one just like anybody else can. I mean, that really is a statement. I mean, Lazy's, pounding you. It feels like, maybe you're going to have to do some work to get back into the game, but all of a sudden, it's 1 run. You forget how quickly it can change.
Ball 1 to Krombakine, who's behind. Here's a wild fastball. Pack-a-Punch now. Strikes out. Krombakine waving too eager, too early on that changeup. Out number 1. And Dwayne, when we get these slugfests like we thought we would get, the name of the game becomes bullpen management as the game lengthens and gets deeper. This is going to be another extra base hit, this time for Maxine Quacks.
Yeah, lucky where it's Sakura. A couple of these doubles would have definitely been out. Even a couple of the flyouts as well. I mean, it's a big park holding them in here. And it's 6-5. This is just, yeah, like you said, slugfest.
0-2 just outside. Pack-a-Punch has been tense for most of his 13 pitches. Inside changeup, got him to wave. Teddy Turducken down on strikes, and will this be the end of Keki Campbell's night? Luke signaling he wants to bat. Not trusting the length he's gotten so far. He wants more. Oh, perhaps real. No. He will take the at-bat. Okay.
Yeah, interesting move here from Luke. Maybe he can fight back to neutral mojo by getting himself a hit here.
Does have to battle with 2 strikes. A curveball from Lazy. Trying to go up the middle. There is Akeem. 3 outs in the 5th. But 2 come across on the shot from Gadwall. 6-5 the score. Will that hold through this fly ball? It's high, it's deep, but on the track settling is Nymphiaceae for the out. More difficult try for Nymphiaceae. She's got both outs, a fly out and now a line out. 2 down. Very quickly, Khaki Campbell looking to reward the confidence of his manager.
Yeah, good to get 2 quick outs after you're left out there to do the at bat. He's still
just missed.
He's approaching 70 pitches, so Luke has to think about taking him out soon.
The 2-2 from Campbell. Rung up inside. Larry Lanky can't believe it. A 1-2-3 quick inning. 2 fly out, or a line out, a fly out, and a strikeout for Khaki Campbell. Ends the bottom of the 5th. Right away, flying out here is Luke with Nymphiaceae. Feels like the longest we've gone already without an extra base hit, and it hasn't been that long. 11 combined runs through the first 5 innings. And here is Angie Affleck aboard again.
Yeah, got to watch out for that high curveball if you're lazy. He's been liking to throw that to Luke a little bit, and if he leaves that just a little bit lower, that's something Luke can get underneath very, very easily.
Platarinkos early on the change. Speed differentials from Pack-a-Punch, since he gave up the home run, have been effective. Lazy staying up and away to the righty. Platarinkos. 2-2. Just misses. That is an absurd take. Runner goes, and a stone cold take again earns Platarinkos the walk. Tying run in scoring position. And look how juiced Camille Peckin is right now. This is scary if you're lazy.
Those are some serious power stats. I mean, wow.
It'll be Ace Icky. Right-hander to face Peckin. That neutralizes the power versus lefties trade at least, but almost getting torched on that fastball. Instead, Peckin going to drop it into center. Yakko with the throw home. It's offline, and the game is tied. Good backup there from Icky.
Yeah, I think she's 4 for 4 with at least 3 RBIs here in this. So nicely done with Luke's cleanup hitter.
And, of course, making comment about how jacked she was with all the power and contact. It's a little blooper into shallow center that gets the job done. There goes the runner for Luke. Throw down. He's going to be caught in between first and second. Does he want to try something with the runner at third? Not enough time. Instead, it could be a double play. He has to make it home. Lazy escapes the jam.
My goodness. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's something I would do. Don't do that. Oh, it's terrible.
Just went for second way too early and had to get caught in the rundown. And if he was going to try anything with the runner at third, it just came a little too late. Lazy looking to punish that. Gets it over the head of Turduck, and there's a leadoff extra base hit.
That was a nice rip by Lazy. Again, statement to start another inning.
Khaki Campbell's still in this game. And over the head of the second baseman out to Nymphiaceae. Luke will concede the run. The lead returns to Tokyo. Good speed over there at first. Khaki Campbell has got to be on his last legs, but this could be that double play. No! Evading the tag was Wacky Wanda.
Off. When you need to evade the tag, when that happens, you never evade the tag, and then randomly people get to evade the tag. It's just, those are the worst plays.
Yeah, we saw it in the AAA series earlier. Looked like that was going to be it there, but unable to land the tag over there at first base was Luke. Not really any fault of his own. There's another RBI single for Lazy, lead back up to 2, and Luke has had enough of Khaki Campbell.
Yeah, 8 runs through 5 1/3. Tough outing for Campbell against the league's best. He's putting up a ton of base runners tonight. Chance
Lauderberry Jr. of the esteemed Lauderberry family dynasty, you could say, is going to surrender a bomb to right field. Lazy says, "Give me all your relievers. I don't care."
What is there to say about how he just crushed that. That was... Wow. On a tee. Yeah, 438. I don't really believe that.
11-6 is the score. Getting jumped out of the gate is Chance Lauderberry Jr. Now 3-0 to Lemmy Akelm. Into the gap. This will be another extra base hit. The machine keeps on running. If the ACI gets it back in, a 1-out double. Locked in, Wacky Wanda. Sorry, I think I called someone else Wacky Wanda earlier in this inning. She's going to line out here for the second out.
This is that second big inning from Lazy. This is what Luke really needed to avoid, but now he's just going to have to punch back.
Behind in the count to Larry Lanky, 2-1. Curveball into center field, down on a hop. Out to Nymphy ACI. Throw comes home. Lazy's challenging. He's safe, and it's a 6-run lead. He can hit it 450 feet, or he can hit it just in front of the center fielder. He has every tool he needs to get it done. That's why he's a 2-time champion. That's why he leads 12-6 right now. But Gadwall says, hang on a minute. I can still hit. That's going to be all the way to the wall for a double.
Yeah, Luke's still fighting. Top of the 7th. Plenty of time to get runs in this game when you're a player of Luke's caliber.
Krombakine looking to keep this thing going here. Ace Icky, the K-Man, right down the pipe. Looked like Luke misloaded on that. Wasn't quite ready for the delivery, and he takes it looking for out number 1.
You can see him maybe taking a breather there for a second after that one. That was a tough misstep there.
So 1-1 now to Maxine Quack. She had herself a double in her previous at-bat. Now a single. Gadwall can't run, so she's going to have to hold it third, but they're at the corners with 1 down for Turducken.
He's only got 3 RBIs on the season. Now would be a great time to get a 4th.
But a couple of perfect fastballs from Lazy set the count at 0-2. The low change, just typically not something Luke will even think about. Outfield has come shallow. The fastball, errant and high. Takes strike 3. 2 looking strikeouts in the inning. And if Luke wants to salvage this threat, it's going to have to come with a pinch hitter.
Yeah, 2-out pinch hitter, big moment. See who he brings in. It'll be Roost Broodmother.
Roost Broodmother, the season 10 champion Beaky Bay Birdies, apparently has found her way onto the Milwaukee Mallards. 1-1. Big moment here in the pinch hit slot. Over the head of the third baseman and down the line. Forward gets to it. Runners will be back at the corners. Milwaukee gets one back. It's still a 5-run lead for Tokyo.
And there's the 2-out pinch hit Luke needed. Now maybe he can just keep the train moving.
If the ACI has reached base a couple of times, as she so often has over her career, it seems like in the playoffs especially, this hitter for Luke just can do no wrong. Going to be hammered to left field, but caught by forward. So Lazy limits the damage. He maintains a healthy lead. Instead of 12-6, however, it is 12-7.
And not so much time now for Luke to chip away. He's going to need to take a couple chunks out of this lead at 5 runs going forward. Only 2 more innings to do it. We'll see who he pulls out of his pen here.
And he is going to think about it. Still a winnable game for him, granted the advantage certainly on Lazy's side. It will be Greta Rubber. And much like their predecessors in this game from the Mallards pitching staff, it only takes 1 pitch for an extra base hit to develop. Going the other way is Lazy.
Yeah, he doesn't waste any time. He feels like he's going to see a strike probably when the fresh blood comes in the game, and he just loads up and crushes it.
No chance to double up over there at second. That's going to be a soft line out to the shortstop, Pletarinkos. Greta Rubber looking to have as quick a seventh as she can, despite the leadoff double. K-Man trade is going to activate. So both players sporting a K-Man. Both players trading some looking strikeouts here. Inside change, pulled foul. On the ground, Pletarinkos dives, stabs it. Throws onto first and gets him. So the leadoff double stranded. Ace Icky back to the mound. Velocity starting to come down, but of course, with that trade, if he can get 2 strikes, it won't matter. Instead, it's 2 balls here. Does have the composed trait as well. Swing and a miss. Angie Affleck came in online. Goes with the fastball low and away. Just misses. So a payoff pitch forthcoming. He likes that up and in spot. Angie Affleck stares at it. Another looking K.
Yeah, been a lot of that in this game from really both teams. They've lived on the edges and got the fastballs and changeups that they've needed to get the other player looking.
So a tale of 2 at-bats, elongated at-bat from Angie Affleck results in the looking strikeout. And a first pitch curveball hit hard by Pletarinkos for a single. So now Camille Peckin, who's been basically perfect tonight, looking to keep that going, but caught by Ekholm. Retreating just in time as Pletarinkos. What a play.
That's a good catch. Another ball that was hit hard by Luke's cleanup hitter.
And here's Gadwall, who's also 4 for 4. 2 quick strikes. Luke steps out for just a moment. Low and away. Oh, almost had another looking K. Good speed on it first if Gadwall can find another gap. And should get a running start. Lazy thought about going with the down the middle change. Sometimes can be a oh, what a spot there. Gets rung up, does Gadwall. That one was absolutely perfect.
That was a perfect changeup indeed. I mean, that's literally what we were just talking about. Tons of looking Ks, tons of perfect fastballs, perfect changeups. And that was probably the most perfect of the night so far.
First pitch line out there off the bat of Lazy out to Turducken. And Ekholm into the glove of Pletarinkos. So 2 lineouts, 2 quick lineouts. Almost peppering the line there was Wacky Wanda, the catcher. I think she's played a variety of positions in her tenure. Not leaving his feet there was Luke. That's going to allow this ball to get out to Niviesi, who cuts it off, holds Wanda to a single.
Yeah, Wanda's definitely moved around the field quite a bit. Every season, I feel like she plays a new position. As with most of the rest of the players on the Black Jackals.
Nice cutoff there from the center fielder, Niviesi. But going first to third is Wacky Wanda. So the insurance runs. I know he's... was that supposed to be a pitch out with a curveball? Not sure. Greta Rubber dealing to tumble forward. Lazy certainly not going to be comfortable with 5 runs. He has been burned by Luke before, as have most of us, but especially in recent history in the playoffs, Lazy learned that no lead would be safe. Full count pitch up the middle. It'll be another run. What a piece of hitting.
That one was right off the end of the bat. You can see a little bit of frustration there from Luke. I mean, that one was a great pitch. He placed it well, and that's literally what I was saying earlier in this game. Lazy just gets it whenever he needs it. Right there.
And it looked like it was even a bit above the zone, too. That could be a part of Luke's frustration, is that he got a rare chase from Lazy, and it resulted in an RBI single. This one going to be frustrating for Luke as well, as it bounced off the glove of the usually perfect Pletarinkos. So 14-7 is your score at the moment. Ham Choi, pinch hitter, ball 1. Hammered right field, doesn't quite have the juice. Affleck makes the catch. So a 7-run cushion for the Tokyo Black Jackals. Last call for the Mallards.
Yeah, Lazy adding that 2 more. That's big for him. 7-run lead's dangerous going into this last inning. It's a very large comeback that Luke would have to mount.
It'll be the closing pitcher, Little Lackey. Doesn't quite have the stamina, but only needs 3 outs. Kronbekeen is tense in this game. A 2-2 curve up and in, fouled away. Another 2-2 swing and a miss. Got him with the heat.
Now batting the second baseman, number 22.
0-1 will be a curveball low and away. Luke tried to get it down the line like he did earlier with Maxine Quacks, but instead a foul ball. So 0-2 change just misses. Now Lazy going to go back to the heat. It's been reliable for him tonight. This one just off the plate. The full count fastball, swing and a miss, another strikeout. I'm interested to see the total here when all is said and done.
Yeah, there's been quite a few strikeouts from both sides, and you know the total is going to be a high one. It might not be all-time type totals, but it's going to be an impressive number.
Schnauz, Duckbill III going to see an at-bat here at the tail end of this one. 2 quick strikes. Little Lackey looking to put this one away, and she does. A changeup gets another strikeout, and Lazy hangs on 14-7 in what was a roller coaster of a game for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, back and forth. Look at all the runs scored across the board for both teams. It was just an insane game all throughout. You know, Luke took the lead at one point, fought back from being down, I believe 5-1. And then it was 7-6, and then all of a sudden now 14-7 at the end of it. What a game!
15. I caught it there. 15 strikeouts for the Jackals pitching staff. So shout out to Lazy for navigating the puzzle, the immortal puzzle there that is Luke Archer. Not an easy thing to do by any stretch of the imagination. So that was game 1. We'll step away just for a quick second. Again, these games are pre-recorded, so it won't take us too long to set up for game number 2. But we will take a short break nonetheless. We'll get back to you with all the action as Luke will set up to be the home team. Where else but Colonial Plaza to be the home stadium of the Milwaukee Mallards? No place like home for Luke Archer. He loves playing here. Usually a fun topic of conversation as well.
Yeah, this time it's not bright day, so the field doesn't look too washed out. We've got the cloudiness going, and the first pitch for the Black Jackals starting off again with a bang. It's going to be extra bases with Jacko, another one.
He has himself another double on, and again on the first pitch, another deflection for Luke, and it will result in a 1-0 lead. 2 pitches into the game.
What a start for Lazy. I mean, yeah, 2 pitches in, you already got a run. That's a dream.
Luke could turn 2, however, and you'd think he will take that after the leadoff double.
So 4
Swing and a
pitches
miss.
in, and there's 2 outs and a run.
Yeah, Lazy always willing to swing. If he sees it and he likes it, he's not going to lay off just for the sake of it. He'll let it rip. Swing and a miss. It ends up being an extremely, absurdly quick inning, but 1 run does come across. for the Jackals. King Flip, the aforementioned King Flip, he gets the start in game number 2. A far cry from what we saw with Yosei Yeesh in game number 1.
Yeah, very low velo, very low junk.
Luke is going to have himself a leadoff double. This time it's with Nymphiaceae. Looked like Lazy. I'm not sure if he quite had a chance at that one, but he definitely jumped too early.
Yeah, odd to see the timing on that jump, but, you know, nonetheless, the runner remains a second, doesn't get all the way to third. He could have had out.
There goes Nymphiaceae. Throw down, a good one, but safe. So the tying run 90 feet away here in the first. No shortage of scoring in game 1. I don't expect to see a shortage here in game number 2. Lazy going to have to be a bit more creative with the low velocity starter in King Flip. And he gets him waving just way too slow for Luke to pick up correctly.
Yeah, it's all about that sequence. You know, get Luke sitting on the fastball. He got him way out in front there.
The leadoff double will be stranded as the shortstop there for the Jackals ranges over, makes the play. Great pitching from Lazy to hold himself the lead here in the early stages of this game. Out number 1 in the top of the second.
Yeah, Lazy just free swinging in this game so far. Less than 10 pitches still. There's number 10 in here with 1 out in the second.
It's Bolacornis Thunderduck here in game 2. It's a great name. Strike 3 rings him up, does the umpire. A fastball up and away. Lazy didn't like it. Hammered left center field. Deep and to the wall and down. Bounces off the wall. Broodmother gets the start in this game. It's not Turducken. And that'll be a 2-out double.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a platoon going out there.
Up the middle. Out to Nymphiaceae. There will be no time. It's another RBI single for Lazy and takes second on the throw.
You know, a little bit of 2-out magic. He's got to hit with the pitcher now, but that doesn't mean anything. King Flip has a home run on the season, and he gets a single here.
Outfield was shallow, so there's plenty of time for Broodmother to deter anyone coming home. But yes, it is a single for the pitcher, King Flip. And now a dribbler to Quacks will end the frame. Okay, so for the second inning in a row, Lazy does score 1 run. 2-0 your score. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Mallards.
And Luke can't really waste too much time. He's got to make this a slugfest right off the bat.
Tried to there with that hard hit line out, but caught. Now Broodmother bidding for center field, gets it in front of Yakko on a hop. Gwendolyn Gadwell, she was a stud in game number 1 in a losing effort. Looking to continue that momentum here. Almost puts it down the line. What a stab. And it could be 2. That might be the best double play we've seen in a minute, Dwayne.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's definitely up there for play of the week type stuff. That's a huge play from Lazy. Just to get 2 outs in a clutch game against one of the best opponents he could possibly be playing. I mean, stakes really can't be higher for a regular season game, and he got it done there.
Nymphiaceae doing a 720 out there in center before picking up that single. This is going to be 2 singles in a row. The Jackals looking to put their stamp on this thing early and create as much doubt as they can. Lazy looking for revenge after being defeated in the season 13 semifinals. 4-pitch walk. And all of a sudden, the enemy is at the gates. Into the glove of Peck and a merciful out for Luke. Lazy looking to explode.
That ball was hit hard. There's no shortage of power on the hitter as well.
Ball 2 to tumble forward. Thunderduck looking to find his spots. Gets one there. Hammered left center field. Does he have himself a grand slam? It's that short wall. No, caught by Broodmother on the track. It'll be a sac fly, 3-0.
Well, we can't get a grand slam tonight. I mean, these players in AAA and XBL have put a ton of runners on base, and I had quite a few that go right to the wall there for sac flies, but no dice.
Luke falling behind once again, gets back in with that pitch. Corners Thunder Duck living right there with that one. Full count now. Runners queued up to go, and it's another walk. The wheels could be falling off here early for Luke, but still 2 outs. Still hope for him to keep this thing reasonable. 2-0 to DD. 3-0. Must deliver a strike here. Outfield shallow. Strike 1. Barely. Strike 2. Okay. Payoff pitch on the ground. Glove side, Putterinkos. And he limits the damage indeed, but Lazy, he has scored once in each inning.
Wow, and Luke has gotten out of multiple jams so far. Nicely done, expertly done, really, to be able to get out of them. But he's got to prevent that. He's thrown way too many pitches, putting a lot of runners on bases, a lot of threat.
Maxine Quacks in the 8 hole, strike 1. Lazy making very good use of this very heightened accuracy with King Flip. Hasn't really made a grave mistake yet. Oh, perfectly placed. Luke does not offer with Quacks. It's strike 3. Thunderduck, however, earns himself a single in front of Tumble Forward.
Yeah, and right off the hands, nicely done. The inside forkball, just a little too much of the plate for Lazy's liking.
So now, if the ACI is a candidate for a double play, she can fly, but it will not matter. Lazy turns it.
Yeah, good turn with Nymphy ACI running. She is super fast. That ball was, hit pretty slow, but just fast enough to get it done.
King Flip had a single his last time up. He's not going to get it here. 1 down on the soft ground out. Here's Jackal Yakko. Could be Jackal. I just assumed Jackal because of the team name. Anyway, fly out here to center field.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 20.
Looking for his first 0 of the game is Luke. Has not been able to tame the beast thus far at Colonial. Strike 1, 3-1 is the count. Thunderduck may have it here, but Luke doesn't make the jump. That's definitely one of those balls that'll keep you guessing. So it goes as a 2-out single.
Yeah, I thought he had it caught as well, and you could definitely see that he did too. Look, luckily he'll get the ground out there on the next pitch to get out of the inning, but that was a questionable one.
Yeah, only has to use one more pitch to get it done. So the big bats coming up here in the bottom of the 4th, starting with Angie Affleck. Out number 1 on the lineout. Platarinkos, first pitch swinging as well. He is out on a nice play. The bats stifled thus far by King Flip. Strike 1. Schnauz Duckbill III gets the start in this game, and he gets a single.
Yeah, everything seems to be getting done in this game with 2 outs from both teams. Let's see what Luke can do now here after Duckbill bats.
Would love to chase Duckbill home. Doesn't really have much speed, but will be off with any contact here with 2 outs. Camille Peckin, a bit frustrated with that whiff. The 0-2, changeup, hammered, right center field. Does it clear Jacko Yakko? It does. This could get Duckbill around. Yakko, he plays it well. Throw comes in to the cutoff, and the Mallards are on the board.
That's what Luke needed. 2-out magic. And who else but Peckin, to really provide it. She's been great all night tonight.
So now Roost Broodmother hitting 389 in what we assume is limited action, like you mentioned, probably a platoon situation with Turducken. But she will ground out. That'll end the frame, but productive inning nonetheless for the Milwaukee Mallards. It's 3-1 here at Colonial. Lazy right back to work. Into the left center field gap, a double.
There's the leadoff extra base hit from Lazy. Watch out for that.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 11.
Lazy over the head of the third baseman on a hop to Broodmother. Does not come home. They'll be at the corners looking to get those runs right back. Are the Black Jackals.
Ooh, and that one
Gets
gets
away
passed.
from Gadwall. That'll score a run. Oh, a demoralizing way to give up that run. I mean, with Lazy's contact skills, probably would have come at some point anyway, but he's going to add insult to injury with a bleeder to left field. Broodmother almost misplays it. They're at the corners again.
Yeah, did you see she had slid there? I believe Luke thought he was, the infielder and did a slide or tried to dive, and the left fielder ended up on her behind. Oh, no, that's going to roll in the dugout. Oh.
You can't make this stuff up. Another passed ball. Gadwall unable to be the backstop, followed by another single, and it gets past Nymphiaceae. It's an absolute meltdown from Luke and his Mallards.
Yeah, now it's really starting to pile up out here. You could see Nymphiaceae just confused after tripping, hitting her head. She's lost out there. No one's helping her.
And going shallow on DD is Luke with her trait. The shallow outfield might pay off, and if Nymphiaceae does get to it, could turn two, and does. So a nice play there, redeeming herself. But still, the inning not over. 3 have come across for the Jackals, and this is going to be over the head of the shallow outfield. Nymphiaceae does get it. It'll go as a double. Probably would have been that no matter what. King Flip has himself another hit.
Yeah, just getting a hold of one. You got to watch out for that with the locked-in pitcher. Only going to make him more dangerous. And Lazy gets another single there through the left side. He loves that hole between short and third.
Yeah, Lazy just unable to induce himself an out. Both corners, Thunderduck got to be hurting out there. It just continues. It's starting to pour it on. 7-1 your score. It's off Nymphiaceae's glove. Another will come around 8-1.
Yeah, the scoring just begins.
Looked like Quacks wanted to trade spots with the center fielder. Perhaps a vote of no confidence between teammates. Perhaps some clubhouse drama that we don't know about.
Yeah, or maybe running for the short wall, trying to hop it and head home early.
Right fielder has to make this play. Affleck, she does. A 5 score for the Black Jackals. The wheels fell off in that inning.
Yeah, he's got a chance now, though, to put in some more runs and make this a ball game. It's still relatively early. You got the rest of this one, bottom of the 5th now.
A 2-1, a forkball to Gadwall outside. Luke looking to keep this thing competitive. Does need to start getting on the board more. That's a good start for him. Strike 1 to Quacks. Popped up. Yakko calling off his counterparts who are nowhere near. Luke feigns a tag up, obviously not going. So 1 down. That'll be the day for Thunderduck. 5 innings, 8 runs in a wide variety of ways. Out number 2. One and one. The count to Nymphiaceae. Now 2-1. Outside forkball. She hammers it right to tumble forward for the 3rd out of the inning. We're into the top of the 6th. It's still a 7-run lead for the Tokyo Black Jackals.
And he's only going to be looking to add to it now. He banged around Lauderbury last game. Unless that was senior. Is this junior? That was senior that got banged around last game? I don't remember.
I don't think I realized. I'd have to look it up. I thought it was senior too, but I didn't know that they were both on the team now. It's going to be a line out to right field sharply. The 0-1 parked into right center field, and it'll dribble past Nymphiaceae. She just now gets to it. A 1-out double. The game just so different for these two on this 90 ego. The flip could not have been more, or the script could not have been more flipped in the most recent semifinals. But right now, it is Lazy showing his dominance, his bat.
Yeah, he's got the highest win percentage of any player ever to really play in the XBL on 90 ego, and he's showing why. Just so efficient.
Another
here.
double, another RBI. The lead now at 8, and all of a sudden the winning run at the plate, or what could be the winning run. He would have to close it out. Deep drive, but caught on the rim of the track. No advancement.
Now there's 2 outs, so it almost feels like things are more dangerous because that's where all the magic has happened.
Whiffer trait, K-Dud, both online. That'll end the frame. Lazy scratches across another run. 9-1 your score. Luke hanging on here. Two quick strikes on Affleck. Lazy has been surgical with King flip here in game number 2. Look at that. Right on cue, he drops it in there for strike 3.
Yeah, great curveball. Nothing Luke could do with it. Nothing he really could have done with it. I think even if he swung, you know, it's just a pitch. It's just in a great spot.
So with 1 down, that's a single. Here's Schnauz Duckbill the third. 2 quick strikes on him. Looking for a third. Oh, just misses. Another line out to right field. Luke, surely not a happy camper with some of these lineouts.
Yeah, he's getting good contact, but just not good results. I mean, that's the game. Sometimes we all suffer from it. But, you know, in a big spot, you know, prime time against Lazy, you want to be doing better. You want to be hitting those balls into the gap, getting some runs.
Going up the middle is Peckin. Good piece of hitting from Luke. So he's got 2 on, 2 outs. Looking to deliver some kind of blow that could generate some momentum. Has the hitter to do it in Roost Broodmother. Two quick strikes, however. Lazy just... The mistakes are so few and far between. And look at that. A strikeout on 90 miles per hour with a fastball. He waves on it, breaking her bat, shattering it into 1,000 pieces. Is Broodmother. And to the 7th we go. King Flip still working out there, and he's going to take an at bat. Lazy likes what he sees, and why wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's been hitting well. He's been pitching well. You might as well leave him out there to just try to carry this game through for himself. It's all flip all day.
Top of the order, Yakko. He's going to line out into the leaping glove of Platarinko's. Nice play from Luke. Silent Slay now locked in. 571 batting average on the season. Will it go up? No, caught by Broodmother. So quick 1-2-3 inning from Chance Lauderberry Jr. And after stretch time at the Plaza, 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Mallards.
Yeah, Lazy's still way ahead. Luke needs a big chunk out of this, a big inning. You know, 3-4 spot here would be clutch for the Mallards.
Here's that one mistake fastball, and Luke just didn't like it. So now a full count fastball. It's a soft line out to Nevermore. Strike 1 up and away. Maxine quacks. Loads up, takes. The high curve. Belted, but into the dirt, into the grass, rather. So no problem for DD. 2 down. Game moving right along in the last couple innings. Oh, almost getting himself a hit there was Chance Lauderberry Jr., but the shallow outfield pays off for Lazy. He says no dice. Right center field. Tall wall out there. It clears it. And it's 10 runs. It's double digits for the Tokyo Black Jackals. Wacky Wanda delivers.
Yeah, and a 9-run lead. All of a sudden, Lazy 1 run away from trying to shorten this even just a little bit here. We're in the top of the 8th right now.
Hit hard on the ground to Quacks. 1 down. Like you said, every batter that comes to the plate representing what could be a 10-run lead. Now that run on board as it's dinked into left field. Broodmother can't cut it off, so it'll go for a double. Nymphy ACI gets it back in.
Tough break from Luke there to let the runner get all the way to second base. He did not have a lot of speed.
To right and over the glove of Peckin. She couldn't make a stab at it. And there is that 10-run lead. It's 11-1. Affleck with some trouble perhaps seeing the ball. Just now gets it back in. It'll go as a triple. So now Larry Lanky looking for insurance, not really for the total result of the game, but if he wants to shorten it, make it an 8-inning game, he may want more than 10 so that he has a wider window of opportunity, and he will deliver. 12th run comes across. He's going to get a 13th as the outfield was shallow. If the ACI just now getting to it, coming around is Lazy. This will be another triple as he slides in.
Yeah, DD crushing it there on the shallow outfield. Says not to underestimate her. Then she's going to come across here on the ground out. And it's 14-1. Wow. All of a sudden.
14-1. Lazy scoring 14 in both games, if I'm not mistaken. Was it not 14-7 just moments ago?
Yeah, we'll see. He's not done yet. He's trying to add to it.
Absolutely not. Chance Lauderberry Jr. just getting left out there to deal with it, to spare his bullpen mates the pain. A noble outing from him. 2-1 the count on Silent Slay. Hammered left center field and deep. If the ACI, she's got the wheels. She's got it just in front of the wall. But 5 come across. It's a 14-1 game. Lazy can win it in 8. Needs 3 outs. He's got 1. Showing bunt. Angie Affleck pulls back. The 0-2 to Affleck. Inside. Count runs full. King Flip, he's looking for an abbreviated complete game out of one of the low spots in this rotation. That's going to be a single, however.
Yeah, Luke not quite done yet. He's got the 13-run deficit to deal with, but he might as well put up the best effort he can here.
There's Platarinkos to center. That'll drop. Going first to third is Luke. They're at the corners with 1 down. So now Duckbill. Dead center, Yakko has it played. Luke will test to the plate. Good throw from Lazy. He'll be safe. Cut off by Akelm. On to first, safe.
Ooh, that was nasty. What could have been a double play to end the game there. Instead, Lazy has to keep it pushing, try to pitch to Peckin.
Ball 2 to Camille Peckin. King Flip. Falls behind. Good curveball there. 3-1. The high changeup in there. 3-2 pitch. 2 outs. It's in there looking for the strikeout, and Lazy completes the sweep. A total show of dominance. He scores 28 runs in 2 games. Less than 2 games.
That is the Lazy we know and love. Those are the performances that he puts in. I mean, that's a proper game from him, especially game 2. I mean, he was so tough to beat. I mean, he got every little thing that he needed to get in order to get it done. That's the Lazy way, and it's good baseball. It's strong. Yeah,
Lazy putting on display there are many reasons, but he put all of those reasons on display for why he is a two-time champ in this league, winning, of course, seasons 8 and 9, and making his way into the XBL Hall of Fame not long ago either. For Luke, not the showing he would have wanted. Game 1, pretty competitive most of the way. I mean, we all know, and he should know that he's still, as strong as just about anyone we've ever seen. And if we do see a rematch of this, I think I don't think it'll be as exaggerated for either side. But Lazy, he did look like the Lazy that like you said, the Lazy we know and love. I mean, this was him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just full strength, 28 runs, like you said, that's a ton. Pitched well, pitched on the edges, got strikeouts, handled Luke well. He gave up his runs in game 1, but you got to score more than that to beat Lazy. I mean, I personally have only ever beaten him one time. It was like a 9-8 walk-off victory. You have to give everything you possibly can in order just to beat him on 90 ego. So Luke wasn't perfect tonight. Unfortunately, that means he walks away with 2 losses. Lazy going forward here, still undefeated. Someone tried to take a game off him. It's going to be tough. He's pushing for a legendary season.
A legendary season indeed. He gets 2 big wins tonight against a tough opponent in his long quest for what could be a 3rd championship run, but only time will tell for that. As for us tonight, that's all we've got. We had the AAA match of the week, a missed sweep earlier, the XBL match of the week tonight with a Lazy sweep. Dwayne, thank you so much for having me here in the booth. Thank you to Lazy and Luke for playing last night and being flexible with Luke and the scheduling that was kind of up in the air. They did the pre-record. It was a fun night and it was a blast. And I thank you, Dwayne.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Weaver, for being here. Great games. Great. Thank you for the players, like you said, for putting on these great games and doing the pre-record for us. And thank you to our AAA players. And thank you to everybody else who makes this happen. We're going to continue to push forward with good matches of the week for the rest of the season. A couple more weeks left. And so just get your games in. Stay on top of your schedule. I know some people are behind, so try to help them out and get those games in too when you can. And it was really a great night, and hopefully more baseball going forward. We'll try to get you guys another roundup or 2 before the end of the season as well.
Yep. Stay tuned to our Discord if you're in it. If you're not, go ahead and scroll down, click that Discord link, and that'll let you join our community. Anyone can join and just hang out. That's where we'll have more announcements about content on this Twitch channel as it comes. So with that, we will see you when we see you. Thank you so much for joining us for a couple great sets tonight. Congrats again to both Mist and Lazy for their good nights. And to the rest of you, have a good rest of your Sunday night and a good week coming up. That's all we have for you tonight. Thank you so much, and we'll see you.